Okay, today's rant. I guess this is going to be a theme. I don't know. I'm actually at the bank having to replace my debit card because someone decided to take a trip with Royal Air and not invite me, but want me to pay for it. You know, it's kind of rude. But that's not why I'm kind of talking today. Is I had a potential new provider reach out to me because she's not getting paid by the insurance company. She's submitting claims, but all of a sudden they're saying she's out of network. And come to find out, she moved. She changed her address. She moved everything, but forgot to tell the insurance company she changed locations. And she couldn't understand why she was considered out of network. The thing with insurance companies, when you create contracts with them and you sign contracts, on that contract, you're letting them know that your tax ID, your MPI, all those things, you're in network when they credential you and contract with you. Excuse me, credentialing and contracting is a different thing. When you enroll with the insurance company, you give them your address. That is tied to your contract with them. And if you move and don't update it, but you change your address in your software and submit a claim, the claim is going to be denied as out of network because it doesn't recognize your address. And I know that's another rule they follow, but that's how they know where the providers are located, and they keep up with all the demographics and stuff. So when you move, not only do you need to change your electricity and your internet and all the things, you need to alert the insurance company. Now here's where the problem comes in. Insurance companies take forever to update. They have different forms you may have to fill out, timelines. Sometimes they're within a week, 2 weeks, sometimes it takes 6 to 8 weeks, and I've seen it take to 3 months for the insurance company to do what they're supposed to do and update your address with them. But the most important trick that you need to know is if you're moving, get as much lead time before you move in, like 6 to 8 weeks at a minimum if you can, and then move in at that time. The really most important trick is when you're updating your insurance company contracts with your new address is you don't remove and add at the same time. What I mean by that is you don't go in and say, I want to replace my address, I'm moving, the other address is not any good. The reason being is because the people at the insurance company that takes off the address are not the same people that add your address. So what ends up happening is you'll have no address. And I actually had to live through that part. I had an IOP, or I do have an IOP that I work with. We brought them on in September to help them with their revenue. They had a credentialer, contractor, payer enrollment person who called Aetna and had them remove an address and try to add another one. All Aetna heard was remove the address. So all the claims that we submitted for them in September, potentially October, they weren't rejected, they were denied for the claims for the provider being out of network. And we're still dealing with that. Aetna will not update the address for just the time period. So for August, September, and October, they had no address. So if they don't have any address, how are they providing IOP services? That's the kind of mess, even though it's common sense, like, hey, we have proof we did X, Y, and Z, and that's how we're fighting it. Even though we didn't do her credentialing or address change, we're helping her by protecting her revenue, and we're not going to let up and give up. So all that to say, when you're moving, you have to prepare. You have to alert. You have to notify everybody as to what you're doing in your practice. The insurance companies want to know. And I know that's a pain in the butt. But it's a bigger pain in the butt when you don't have money coming in, and it seems more of an urgent nature than if you had just done the right steps to begin with. But the problem was you didn't know what the right steps are, but now you do. I keep forgetting to mention, my name is Davia Ward. I'm the CEO and founder of Healthcare Partners. Our tagline is your revenue, our responsibility. But I even think it's more than that. We're here to protect you from the insurance companies and to help you not take missteps that will hurt your revenue in the long run. So y'all have a great, today's Thursday. Have a great Thursday.